What's up, you guys, and welcome to a whole new episode of Toni Approved. So let's discuss Aaliyah's album, 1 in a Million. I really think this album cover speaks to who Aaliyah was at that time. Aaliyah was a very shy and mysterious type of person. And with the dark sunglasses, the matching dark hair with the jacket and the dark background, you truly can't really tell what she looks like. You know, if that makes sense. Simple yet mysterious. Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. With 1 in a Million simply written on the wall behind her.
But not no more. When will you learn
Well, since Hot Like Fire and the One I Give My Heart To video was shot back to back, I think I can safely say that these are my favorite videos from the 1 in a Million era. And I love them both for different reasons. I really like Hot Like Fire because the choreography in the video was so smooth. The fashions in the video was so street but clean for that era. And I'm always telling somebody and shouting out the fact that Aaliyah has 2 colored shoes on. And then you would get cameos from people like Lil' Kim, her brother Rashad, Fatima, Static, and a few others. And then when you get The One I Gave My Heart To, Aaliyah is so beautiful in this entire video from top to bottom. And it's so simple. All she doing is walking around her house and singing her heart out in some rain. The video version of this song has a better vocal cut than the studio version, which makes it such a better performance. And I just love how she truly connected to the emotion of the song. One of the reasons 1 in a Million is one of my favorite albums is because of what it represents. This album is a complete body of work. No skips, top to bottom, and we get an intro and an outro. And you have to think about it. This album was actually the very first time that we got a chance to really hear Timbaland's production over Aaliyah's smooth vocals along with Missy Elliott's great writing style, you know. And over time, this album has become a signature sound from the 90s, which is, you know, the incredible era that I was born in. And not only Timbaland and Missy, but this album is great because she was able to work with a variety of producers. And even though at that time she was going through a blackball situation because of everything that was going on with the dude that, you know, shall not be named. And there were some people on there who actually turned out to be great producers down the line. For an example, Rodney Jerkins did one of my favorite songs off the album, Everything's Gonna Be Alright. And he's one of my favorite producers. Darkchild is probably the first producer I ever really paid attention to growing up. He's literally worked with everybody and made some of my favorite songs that have come out each and every year. It was nice to hear him talk about his time in the studio with her and how shy she was and how he had to kind of pull her out of her comfort zone in order for her to be who she was on the record, and to know they were actually going to continue to work together in the future makes it even more better because it's like, dang, she really like Rodney, and Rodney has really nice productions and beats. He like created an entire sound and was not only in music but in film as well, with shows like Moesha and the Parkers. And then you have Diane Warner, who wrote The One I Gave My Heart To, which was just a beautiful ballad. She is an incredible songwriter, and she's always able to write a perfect song so well by herself. Whenever you look at her credits, it is always Diane Warner by herself. She's a songwriter who also wrote For You I Will for Monica and I Was Here for Beyonce, you know, just to name a few others that she's worked with. With 1 in a Million, not only did we get the classic Aaliyah sound, but it's just a complete classic album. And now 20 years later, it still sits comfortably with a lot of the other iconic albums that came out during that time period, such as
Dancing in the moonlight, I know you are free. I can see me, much alive, I'm on the streets. I'm gonna find me somebody, not afraid to let.
Having Aaliyah's music be released to streaming sites has been a bittersweet experience for the fans. For me personally, I think it's been bitter because it's hard to enjoy the music knowing that behind the scenes, her uncle and her estate really aren't seeing eye to eye. If you're not aware, Aaliyah's estate is actually ran by her mother and her brother Rashad, and then her uncle was the guy behind Blackground, which is her record label. I do believe that all of the money that Aaliyah would have received from her streaming numbers should go go towards her memorial fund outside of the, the funds that are owed to the producers and the songwriters. And if that's not happening, that really kind of needs to be gotten together. But out of respect for Aaliyah and her memory and her brother and her mom, I'm not going to go into too many details of my personal opinion on that, but I really want to send them out some healing energy, and I really hope that they're able to come together, to just keep Aaliyah's legacy alive the best way they know how to. This has been a sweet experience because it's been like Aaliyah's music has been reintroduced to the world. Even though I had all of the music beforehand, being able to see Aaliyah on streaming sites, being able to see her music being added to playlists. I've seen all of the videos from the 1 in a Million era a million times, but to actually see them in crystal clear vision on Untitled, it's just everything. And they really reignites a lot of her inspiration, a lot of the inspiration that I get from her, be able to see all her videos clearly in one spot, along with the other artists that are currently still making music. This allows her to be introduced to the younger generation. And not only that, but the 25th was actually a heartwarming day. More because it's like we got her music back on streaming sites. We're getting all of these additional photos from some of her more iconic photo shoots that are being released. We're getting smaller little interviews that we've never actually seen before, where she's talking about other artists that she admired in the industry. We're seeing Aaliyah on billboards. We're seeing her chart on billboards 25 years later. Iconic status, hello. She's all over iTunes, on Apple Music. Even MTV turned around and redid her whole episode of The Diary Experience and show additional questions that didn't originally make the original airing. I believe that the entire episode is going to come out once her self-titled album is re-released to streaming sites, because I saw that Blackground put up a preview for her Diary episode on their YouTube channel. So to just gain all of this Aaliyah inspiration and to see her be everywhere, to hear everybody talking about her, to get like a major, like, it is about Aaliyah, it just made the 20th anniversary of her death a little bit more easier to swallow, because we really got to feel her energy and her essence and just know that she was everywhere, as she's always has been. I know it may have been extremely difficult for the ones that was closest to her, and I made sure I said prayers for them, just to keep their heads high, because I know for us, it's been 20 years, but for them, it honestly probably feels like yesterday. And I know grief is a very, very, very difficult thing to get over. So always sending healing energy and positive vibes to Aaliyah's mother, her brother, and her uncle Barry, honestly, and anyone else that was extremely close to her. Aaliyah is still very much alive to me when it comes to her music. Her music is still heavily in my daily rotations. Even 20 years later, still gaining inspiration from her. And even when it comes to the fashion, it makes me so excited, because I'm a huge, 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 huge fan of hers. To realize that our greatest fear as the fans is not going to come to life. She's not going to just disappear and no one knows who she is. Her inspiration is going to continue to still be there. Her music is now available and going to continue to keep being re-released. Even like it being released sporadically. I know it's probably like a good business move, but as a fan, it's allowing us to continue to keep enjoying her music each week, gravitating towards songs all over again, hearing them in master quality. It's just been a whole great experience. And for the fact that she's no longer here with us to continue to keep moving forward with her catalog and her legacy. But 1 in a Million will forever be extremely special, especially because Aaliyah had to go through so much to overcome the end of the era for AJ None But a Number, with everything that she had going on in her personal life, to transition over to 1 in a Million with a new sound, new team, and a new state of energy around her. So 1 in a Million will always be honored by Toni Approved. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss anything from Toni Approved. God bless.